After months of silence from Rockstar, they have finally come out with a trailer for the Cluck and Bell Farm raid. That's right, Rockstar finally confirmed that it is real, even though we've known about this for months now. And they've also confirmed the release date, March 7th, so this Thursday. We've got a 30-second trailer to break down. We're going to break down every single frame. And there's also some new info that I haven't yet covered on this. We'll get into that after, including the fact that the finale for this raid might take about one. That's going to be crazy. Let's get straight into the trailer and break it down. So first frame here, we can see the new Gauntlet Interceptor. People have been waiting for this for long. We thought we were going to be getting this in the Chop Shop deal. Rockstar decided to delay it until the Cluck and Bell Farm raid. So it's coming out this Thursday. It of course is a police car. It's going to be on Warstock and it's going to be $5.42 million. The trade price is going to be over $4 million and you can unlock that by completing the Cluck and Bell Farm raid once as a leader. So yeah, you're looking at $4 million for this thing. It's pretty expensive, but it probably is the coolest cop car in the game, let's be honest. And a little side note on the Gauntlet Interceptor, we actually saw it in the GTA 6 trailer. So this car is also going to be GTA 6. Kind of cool. Anyway, moving on to the next frame, and oh boy, Jimmy. Jimmy, come on man. Last time we caught up with Jimmy was during the Diamond Casino heist where he was working at the arcade and it looks like, yep, he's gone to dealing. So I wonder what part he's going to play in this DLC. You can see the police interceptor behind him. So I'm assuming we're going to bust Jimmy at some point. We're going to see. Seems like a perfect segue into introducing Michael into the story down the line. Let's hope for that. But of course, no guarantees. Next frame, we see the opening cutscene. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you've probably seen this whole cutscene already because that's been leaked. But again, this just confirms that you can complete the Cluck and Bell Farm raid with up to 4 people. Unfortunately, we still don't have any info on if you're going to be able to do this. I would assume until Rockstar confirms that so we're going to have to wait till Thursday probably. Next frame, we get a look at the inside of a slaughterhouse, which is most likely where the Cluck and Bell cartel is operating. And yes, that is the actual name that Rockstar's going with for this, I believe, is the Cluck and Bell cartel. And in the very next shot, you can see one of the members of the cartel. We then get another shot of Vincent. He's looking good in his new uniform. But nothing we can really take away from this shot. We then get a shot of the train going past the Cluck and Bell farm up in Polito Bay. They're loading some boxes here onto the train. I'm not going to go too in depth on all of the leaked stuff that we know. That is a separate video. Link will be below if you have. But we do know, spoilers, that you'll be able to sneak into the Cluck and Bell farm inside one of these boxes. This shot here, again, just came where we are. Map. This shows us that we're up at the Cluck and Bell farms in Polito Bay. You can see the train there, as well as the Cluck and Bell Benson, which is going to be another purchasable vehicle this Thursday down on the... Speaking of the Cluck and Bell Benson, here's a bet. So it looks like we're going to have to take one out and maybe steal it. I would assume, you know, Grand Theft Auto and all. We then get a look at what I believe is going to be the final vehicle coming in this. This is the Canis Terminus. I'm not too sure if this is going to be launching on... I hope so. I hope this is coming out this Thursday. We know it's going to be on Southern San Andreas Super Autos and it's going to be $1.877. We then get a shot of the final cutscene where we get paid. I'm sure we're all looking forward to this one. Pretty funny, this is the exact same guy that gives us money after the Cayo Perico heist. So it looks like he's working for a few companies. Then we see an action shot outside the Fleeca Bank on the left side of the map here. .WE. See the canister miners running away from someone in the Gauntlet Interceptor. Both of these cars look awesome, man. I'm buying these day one for sure. Then we get a buzzer shooting at the super yacht. And you can see the players inside the super yacht. So yes, it looks like we've got yet another GTA online mission taking place on a yacht. I don't know what the count's up to now. It's got to be at least 5 missions on a yacht so far. But hey, the mission's pretty cool. I'm not going to complain. Then we have another shot from the final cutscene with Vincent in the Gauntlet Interceptor. So not only can we buy one, but this is actually Vincent's car. We get a nice shot of the train just ramming through a pickup. It was leaked a while ago that we're going to be able to drive the train. Not sure how in depth these mechanics are going to be if we actually get to drive it, or if it's just like a cutscene or something. So we'll have to wait and see. And then we've got the final scene with the Cluck and Bell farm on March. It's interesting that Rockstar is choosing for this Cluck and Bell farm raid to be its own DLC. That's really strange considering at the end of the day, drip feed from the Chop Shop DLC. But anyway, not too big of a deal how Rockstar classifies it. At least we're getting new content. Now we've actually got a bunch of info to go over that has been leaked from Datamine. And first off, we have to say that it's looking like this is not actually going to be a hype. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, this was my main concern that Rockstar isn't going to classify this as, but they're going to classify it as a contract. And we still don't know what Rockstar is technically going to. I think it's going to be but if we actually go into the Rockstar Newswire and use their exact words, it says, help Vincent bust the case wide open in this action-packed news. So it looks like they're classifying this as a story. But then again, we do have to remember back to the Drug Wars DLC. Rockstar also classified that as a story update. And we did get a brand new business in that. with the acid lab. So it wasn't just a story update, there was stuff with it. Time will tell on that one, but let's actually to get into what the data mine. So starting off with spy device on the GTA forums here. Someone asked, just like contact missions, bit disappointing. In spite of, I said, not quite just contact. There's an intro set of missions and a finale which has variations depending on one of them. Pay will be a lot higher than any contact mission. Now we did already know that there would be setup missions, and we also know all of the names of those missions and setups. But then we've got Tez here when he was asked what is a raid in terms of mission. Free mode mini heist or like salvage. So this is where it gets interesting. So massive shout out to Tez, of course, as always. He says basically an OG heist. An introductory mission for your playthrough decides your approach for the finale. The aggressive. Here's the payout is 500,000 for the leader and 50,000 for associate. Assuming that Rockstar doesn't just adjust the payout upon, and the cooldown is 1. But it gets even more interesting because Tez says one of the career progress challenges is to complete the finale in under 45 minutes. So it may take up to an hour to finish when playing. Also, you can unlock straps, bandana, and cap, which are seemingly career progress. They're tied to the Marabunta Grande gang, one of the 3 gangs. You can steal a getaway vehicle, gear, weapons, and armor from doing one of the setups. So stealing from that gang may unlock that item for. Okay, a lot to break down there. We already knew about the 3 gangs. But in terms of the finale length and the payout, we can get a bit of info. First off is the payout, $500,000 for the and only $50,000 for anyone help. This leads me to believe that it will be able to be done. I would assume so, because this seems like it's got exact same mission payout structure as a contract. So this is just like the DRE contract basically, as well as all of the auto shop contracts where the leader gets the normal payout and then the associates get like 10% of that. So if I had to guess and if I had to bet, the structure of this is going to be like a con. As for the setup missions, like Tess said, we know that they're going to have an effect on the fin. And it seems like the mission structure is going to be like the OG high, where, you know, every single setup mission was actually like a specific con. But maybe the most concerning part is the bit in the middle. One of the career progress challenges is to complete the fin under 45. Like if you look at the Diamond Casino heist and the Cayo Perico, those finales take under 15 minutes if you want to do the elite. And even something like the DRE contract, the finale for that one is a little bit longer than a heist, but it's roughly the same length, you know, somewhere between 15 to 25-ish minutes. Having a finale is going to take 45 minutes and you're only going to get 500,000 for that, keeping in mind that you would have had to do all of the setups before. It's really strange, and I feel like there's something we're missing. In the newswire post from Rockstar, they didn't really give us any additional info at all. So unless they release another newswire, it looks like we're just going to have to wait until Thursday and figure it out for us. Hey, on the bright side, it's less than a week away, so we can as always, I'll be live streaming when it comes out. So stay tuned to the channel. It'll be here on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned something new, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more stuff like this. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.